Hi guys, welcome on back. Today I thought we would make a few Halloween cards. I got 3 designed out already. What we're going to use is these, they call them window stickers. They're from Dollar Tree. You can get these at Dollar Tree. So they had 4 different designs I picked up. You'll see some missing because I had to cut some down, and I'll show you when we get to those. I didn't want to take a lot of time in the video doing all this cutting, but they had this set. They had this set. So you get 4 different sets. So I went through these and kind of used what I thought would work on cards that I wanted to make. I got 3 different styles for you. So we're going to make 3 different type cards. All right. So for our first card, I have not done a book fold for a long time. I did some book fold for you guys, but we're going to do a book fold. That way my newer ones, if they've never heard of a book fold card, say that. Bring this up a little bit. We are going to revisit it. So the first thing you need is a piece of paper that's, and I like using, this is the 110 pound from Michaels. I like to use for my card base, I like more than 65 pounds. So you want a piece that's 8.5 by 5.5. That is your standard A2 size anyways. The way we're going to turn this into a book fold is the way we're going to score it. So normally you would just fold it in half, right? And you'd get an A2 card. So to make a book fold, though, we got to do a different one, add 1 scorer into it. So we are going to score. We are going to put glasses on so Jean can see the score marks. Although the We Are is pretty good because they have the blue score lines. Okay, so we want a 3.5. So you want to score at 3.5. Okay, and then you want to score at 4.25. So 4.25. So let me show you what that looks like. I'll show you on the raised side because you can kind of see a little better. Okay, so let's just fold that over. And now it looks like an A2 there, right? What we're going to be doing is this section here, we are going to be gluing down. So you'll be opening it like this. So it looks like there is a book binding there. A little bit more, maybe bring me up here. Okay, so it's going to go like that. But we're going to add some stuff to this first. First of all, I want to add a ribbon along here. So I picked out this. And because I'm using orange, and you know I'm not really fond of skulls and stuff like that, so we're going to use this cute little ghost here. This is all, I believe, from Michaels last year. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure this is all some stuff from Michaels last year. Okay, so all I want to do is I'm going to run it down here. So I'm going to need to put this piece of tape off here. Well, I can use that piece of tape actually. So I'm just going to run some in this inside here. I'll just try to get as straight as possible on the inside. I'm just going to tack it down. Scotch tape fell. Then I'm going to try to make it as straight as possible. And so that stays, we're just going to run a little piece of tape in the middle here. I'm going to use my double side tape for that. Just in the, right down the middle. So that would be right around here. Just so it kind of stays down. So I'm just going to put a little piece there. Okay. Take the backing off. And then we are going to run this now as straight as possible right down the middle. Don't push it down so you can kind of see. And that looks pretty good. So I'm going to rub it down now. Then I will cut some off. I'm going to push that off to the side. And then we're going to bring this in and we're going to tape it down. You want to get this ribbon on first because remember we're gluing this down. So the first thing you want to do is if you want to put ribbon on or anything like that, any kind of embellishment that's got to go on the inside, make sure you put it down before we glue that down. So now I have that. And so we're going to be gluing that down so it's going to open like this. So I think it's cute already. So let's go ahead. We're ready. We can go ahead and add glue down here now. Handy dandy glue. Clean off the little nib there. always gets full of glue. Okay, so just gonna go and run some glue down. And go right over the ribbon. Help secure all that down. I think I have a whole video where I did just book fold cards. I'll try to remember to link it. Okay, we're gonna rub it down, hold it down for a minute. Make sure it stays. And then so far we have this, isn't that cute? And then you can open it up, and I'm just gonna grab one clip, and I should have another clip over here. Right here it is. Just until those edges kind of adhere really good because of the ribbon there. So we want them to adhere really, really good. So while we're doing the next part, but this is going to go open like this now. Now I want to put a piece of black on top here. So I'm going to jazz it up. I'm going to be using a lot of my glitter. So we're going to got this black piece here we're going to lay on top. And this piece is 3 1/4 inches. I'm doing it, of course, by 5 1/4 inches. Okay, and we are just going to lay that in between. So we're going to be putting it in this section. So not get near the ribbon. So we're going to be laying it in this section, just like that. Okay. This is from Cricut. So I don't know what they have for glue. I have so much of it. I know they don't carry a lot of the colors anymore and stuff like that, but I haven't even looked on Cricut.com in a long time to see what's, well, I know they've been getting some new products in, but I haven't looked for a while because, let's be honest, I don't use my Cricut a real lot. My daughter's been using it more often than I have lately. Okay. All right, so we have that so far. Just by adding that glitter paper on. Okay. Make sure we're doing good. Now, for the sticker on this one, I want to use the Happy Halloween one here. So we're going to see how it fits on here. And I shouldn't have to cut this one down. So we're going to just glue it right. I'm just going to set it there and show you. Okay, and I know the glare, but I'll hold it up. So just look at that. I mean, that I just did a little paper and these stickers. These are a plastic sticker and they're kind of puffy. You can see they're a little bit puffy. Now, some of the card I make, some of them we're going to be taking the sticky off the back here because we don't want, we're going to cut some of them down, in fact. So I'll be showing you that as we get to this. So this is the one I chose for this card. I know with the lighting, with these, you know, acetate kind of stickers, it really doesn't show very well, but I'll do my best. So we just have that. Okay, and I'm going to try to avoid that little clear edge. This does dry clear, but it may show a little bit. So I'm just going to avoid that clear edge and go around. And yes, it's sticky, but it's not sticky enough when you're sticking it on a glitter paper. So that's a little iffy problem right there. So when you're sticking things on glitter paper, you got to remember, I'm going to have to pick this up just a second, guys, so I can see if it's somewhat straight. I'm not sure if the pumpkins are supposed to be straight, the signs are straight, whatever. Now, what I'm going to do, since this one is pretty done, we'll decide if we want to add any more embellishments to it. Oh, I moved it, didn't I? So that's the problem. You got to be careful, too, when you're on glitter and plastic. We'll decide if we want to put any embellishments on the end. What I want to do now, though, is we're going to put this one aside. Okay, so that's what we have. And you guys have been with me long enough to know that I really don't decorate the inside until I know where it's going. If they're going to things like cards for kids or other card places, some cards where you donate do not want anything inside. So I wait until I know where I'm sending my cards off to. If I'm sending this to like my nephew or something, I'm going to handwrite inside a note because I don't see him that often. So I'm going to handwrite. So this is sticking really well, but because it is, I'm just going to put, this is just a book I made a while ago. I have a video on this. I have a video on this one. I made this one quite early on. And it's just a Post-it note holder book. So, but it's sitting right here. I'm going to use this as a weight, okay? Just to help kind of hold that down like that. And for a little bit more weight, we just take my little Hello Kitty. This is what we do. This is what we do. We just use what we have. So we're going to let that dry and adhere really nicely. So now for the second one I came up with, I thought we would use an embossing folder. So I got just a spiderweb embossing folder. I chose this one. Now with this one, I took the sticky off the back. So all I did was cut. Try to get my fingers out of here. I cut just clear plastic right off. So I cut right up to the holographic foil. And it just cuts really easy. So just cut that. I'm just going to cut a little bit. And all that sticky will come off. It just comes off in one big sheet. So then that all comes off. And then you can see the plastic will peel right off then. But it's easier because it pulls off. But on some of it, I don't want that clear plastic on it. So when I cut it apart like that, I'm going to take that clear plastic off. You can leave if you want, but I like it off. All right, so then it looks like this. Again, I know it's very shiny. So what we need first, this one's just going to be a plain A2 size. So again, the 8.5 by 5.5. I'm doing black. This is Halloween after all. So I'm doing black. And I've got this piece. I like to use a shimmer paper when I'm embossing. So it's got, you can see the slight shimmer, which I need to get some more shimmer papers. This is a pretty heavy shimmer. I ordered this from, I forgot what the paper company was years ago. And I'm pretty well out. But I like it because it's really heavy duty. And it's shimmer on both sides. Some shimmer papers are thin and they're only shimmer on one side. So this piece I cut down to, it's actually supposed to be 4, I think. Yeah, it's supposed to be 4 inches. I cut it a little bit short, but that's okay. So cut it at 4 inches. 4 by 5.25. I cut it a little shy there, but we're going to go with it. Okay. And that will be layered up there. But first we want to emboss this, right? So let's grab my handy dandy little embossing machine. I have my Empress. Those are my favorites. I've had these for years. This is my mini Empress. I also have the big Empress. But I've had it for many, many years. It's an Anna Griffin. Take my embossing folder. Try to get this so you can kind of see. We are going to put this in there. Now we're only going to use, so I want to get this down so that I don't have any like dead space up above it. So I want to line this in here and move it over a little bit. And yes, it's not a full sheet, but we don't want, we're not using a full sheet. Okay, let's make sure I have it somewhat straight and even. Oops, I moved it. That looks pretty good. It'll be fine either way. This, if I can find it, I've had embossing folders for many, many years, guys. You know, I've tell you this in every video. I am 64 years old. I've been crafting since the Stone Age. Pretty close. So I have a lot of supplies. I try to get new supplies when I do videos for you guys, but it's always not feasible money-wise and everything else. Use what you have. If you don't have a Halloween one, this doesn't have to be a spider. I do have a Halloween candy one, but I wanted a spider for this. Use what you have. If you don't have an embossing folder, do not emboss. Do not worry about it, okay? Don't think you have to run out and buy everything. If I can find it, I will link it for you guys, but I don't even know how old this one is. It's quite old. So for mine, it says Clear Plate A. See those? You can tell I've used it many, many times. It's not warped because I keep flipping, turning, flipping, turning, flipping, turning, okay? That is the key to these plates. These are the original plates. I have a brand new set. Not using it. These are not broken yet. These work perfectly fine. Just because they look yucky, they still work fine. So now we put that on. I gotta put the shim down first. So this one calls for the plate, metal shim, and then the embossing folder with the paper, and then the other clear plate A. Okay, that is the little sandwich for this one. Push the run button. Now I like to take a peek because sometimes I might need to put in a paper shim. Wouldn't be the first time. So I try to hold on to the top and it's perfect. Okay. So what I do is I hold on to it so it doesn't move and then just lift like that to see if it's embossed. Every embossing folder is different. Every embossing machine is different. Play with it first on scrap paper or do like I did, but it's perfect. Okay. So keep that in mind. All right, let's move that out of our way because, you know, this table's not big enough for everything around here. All right, so then we're just going to glue this right on top like this. Isn't that cute? So we're going to glue this down. Then we will be putting this little guy right on top of the spider web like that. And then I did find, I have some nail art spiders, but they're pastel colors. I don't have no black ones left. So I wanted to put some spiders on there. I have ghosties, nail arts. I've got a bunch of things out here. This I don't think had any spiders in it. It has pumpkins and candy. No, these big icky spider things, but nothing. So the best I could find is I found some cute little spiders on here. We're going with it. No one says I can't put cutesy with it. So let's glue this down first. But I should have shown you this first before I glued it down. But can you see by using shimmer paper how much prettier your embossing work looks? I just love shimmer and embossing. That's just about the only way I emboss these days. Okay, make sure it's as good as you can get it. We're not perfect. Oh, if I'd been doing a YouTube channel from the start, oh my God, you would have seen craziness out of me. I don't know how many times I threw things away because it wasn't quite perfect. Remember, this is crafting, people. Okay, so now this one we have to put glue on. Clean the back off. I've seen some little sprinkles on there. Okay, and we're just going to run glue. This one's got a dark color, so we don't have to really worry about it. So we're going to run our glue all the way around. Not in the clear spots. You don't really need to glue the show through. Okay. I'm going to try to, this way it goes. Now I'm going to get it right up to the top I want it, so it looks like it's coming off the edge up there. Okay, how's that look on the camera? All right. Now hold it down for a minute, and we're going to do the same thing. This other one should be good. We'll revisit this one. This one should be good now. It's all on there. Okay, but let's put this one aside and do the same thing and make sure it's straight because acetate will wiggle around. And now we're going to put that one down gently and do the same thing and put some weight on there. You're dealing with acetate. You're dealing with glitter. You're dealing with shimmer paper. Look how cute that is. And now all that is a little ribbon from your stash. If you don't have ribbon, use a strip of paper. Like, so if you have some Halloween paper, use a strip of paper instead. Then you don't even have to fold it inside. Use a strip of paper instead. And this is a sticker from Dollar Tree, guys. I can still get a few other ones out of this. But look at that. It's already got the Happy Halloween on it. It's perfect. What little child would not like to get this? I'll take it, okay? So let's put that one aside. We're going to revisit that one. Okay, so we'll put this, revisit that one. Now this one I came up with. So what we're going to do is we have a base card. All we have is one piece. What do they call those? Like an open, it's a flat card. Flat card, I think they call them. So this is 5.5 by 4.25. Okay. And then I'm gonna put this white piece on, but not yet. So I've got white glitter. Oh, my white glitter. This is a Cricut, and it's rare. I don't have much left, and so it's hard to use it. That's a 4 by 5.25. Okay, I'm gonna go that, but that's not gonna go on yet. I have this black. Can you see a theme going on here, guys? Glitter everywhere, and this is good glitter. It's not the other glitter. So this piece is 4.75 by 3.75, and on the 3.75 side, we are just scoring a 1/2 inch down. So I'll show you how to do that. So you put it in your board like this. You put it in the board like this. Do it from the back side when you're doing with glitter. Do not score on the front side, okay? So score from the back side. And all we do is score a 1/2 inch down, okay? Because we're going to be folding that over. Okay, so first step, and then I'll show you what we did with what we picked out. First step is to adhere this first. I know you might think, no, don't put that on, Gina. I need to bring you back a little bit. We're too far. Okay, we are going to adhere this up to the top. We're going to put this on the inside. See, that's going to be on the inside. We are going to cover that. We do not want it on the outside. You can if you want, but you will see it from the outside. If you want to, go for it. All right. So we are going to adhere it on the inside like that instead. Now here again, I want my clips because we're doing glitter here. So it takes a little bit longer for glitter to dry. Okay. Now we're just going to take this, put it along the top edge, and center it. Okay. So I've got it along the top edge. I'm going to look at it. Does that look pretty good on each side? Tell me yes. I'm going to go with it. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to just clip it quick because I don't want to even open it up and rub the inside yet. I want to let it grip a little bit first before I do that. Okay. And whatever you got for clips, you got for clips, okay? While that's setting just for a minute, I want it to set up just for a minute before we do that. So what I did, again, I took the ghost out of here, and again, I trimmed it. So I have nothing on it, okay? So I didn't want no sticky on this one. I didn't want everything showing. I needed to cut this one down because it was too big with all that other stuff. So I also needed it to cut down. So that's why I cut all that away. So I had to cut all the holographic away to make it fit because it was too wide. And I didn't want to shrink my card anymore, okay? So then we're going to be putting this cute little boo on the inside. Okay, I'll show you that in a second. Again, I did the same thing. It looked like this. So you can see I just cut around the boo, the little boo, and took the boo out. So don't think you have to use your stickers whole. So I cut, because it was a speech bubble, and I didn't really want the speech bubble either. But it needs to hide behind here. Okay, so it's going to hide. Okay, so that's how I did that. So let's see if we're good enough where I can put the other sheet of paper down. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, now we're going to put this white piece down. Okay, and we'll be covering that up. So it is going to, and I've got the white piece kind of for a reason, to break up some of the color. So you can see, so it's not all black, 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 okay? So the white's going to peek out just a little bit there. And then when we put our ghost on, the black, the ghost will really stand out. And then the boo is going to go under here. We're going to probably put on a slight angle. So when they lift it up, boo. Okay, we're not done yet though. So let's go ahead and glue this little guy down. And then you would write on this side. You would write on this side. So it is already white, but you can lace down some cardstock if you want, because this one got kind of dirty. So I would probably lay some cardstock on here. So we're just going to lay this down here. My brain had to really work for Halloween again, guys. I like to show you different uses for stickers and stuff like that. So I chose to do I found those window stickers at Dollar Tree, and I'm like, let's go ahead and show you guys those. We have done stickers and stuff like that before. Okay, so we have that much peeking out. And that's all we really want, to peek out that much. Let's smooth that down now. Make sure it's all down good. Okay. Isn't that beautiful? Just black and white alone. Beautiful. Now, we're going to put some glue on here. We're going to put this on an angle. So what we're going to do is test it, though. We'll be able to move it around a little bit, but I'm going to put it on a little angle. We don't need to have everything perfectly straight, right? Okay, so let's go and get some glue on here. And you really don't even have to do the middle if you don't want to. You know, you can just go right around the edges also. I mean, it's going to stick just fine either way. Okay, I'm going to put it, I'm just going to set it here first. And I'm going to bring it down, and it looks good right there. And I'm going to bring it and push it down a little bit. We're going to use our little weight thing. Now, while this one's drying, we'll do some embellishment on those. I may not have put enough glue on, but we'll find out. Because remember, I'm doing glitter. Okay, let's hold that down. Now let's get our ghost on here, and then we will weight this down. Okay. And I'm going to let these two dry before we do the last step on this one. So we'll go. I can see already we're going to need some more glue. Because remember, we're gluing down on glitter paper. And we're doing a slick surface onto glitter. So let's get some glue in there. Don't be stingy with the glue, Jean. Okay, how's that look? Perfect. All right. I got more glue on me again. All right, let's get some glue around the ghost. And the ghost I'll just do around the edge just to show you that you don't need to go. I'm just going to put a good layer around the edge. It's kind of 3D, so you don't really want to flatten your 3D stuff down anyways. You could take a little bit, like I can go with, these are dark anyway, so I could go a little bit here if I want to. This one being all white, I don't know if I really want, even though it dries clear, you may see. Okay, Jean, let's get on there. Now, it may not dry clear for you today because it does take some time to dry. All right. Pull this one over, is ready to go. We're going to do a little embellishment on that one. Let's pull this one out. And you look like you're ready to go. Perfect. All right, let's get this one over there gently. Okay. Going to be a challenge. Okay, let's put our little weight on and make sure he doesn't move. And let that one sit. All right, now let's get some of the glue off my fingers. All right, now let's add a couple. Gently move that away. We need a bit of see. Okay, now this one here, you definitely want to add a white, lighter orange, something like that inside to write on if you're going to write inside that one. So that's what you would do with that one. So isn't he adorable? All right, let's grab some spiders out of here. This is from Doodlebug. Really sad. I need to put spiders on my list. Oh my God, like I need spiders. All right, let's put some of these spiders on the webs. And I don't know if they're going to be sticky enough. Let's just put a few on there. I would rather have my 3D embellishments, but we're going to go with these just because we need something on there, right? And I have plenty of spiders in here, so I don't need to worry about it, right? And you may need to add a little glue. We'll see if they pop up. I may have to add some glue. But I'm not going to worry about that either right now, right? Okay. So we are getting to a half hour already. Down there. And I think instead of putting another spider there, let's look at adding maybe a couple. Nope, this one. Let's use this one. Let's use this one. Let's add, I want the smaller ones. Let's add some couple blacks down here. One. They're sticking to me. Two. I don't think the orange is going to show up very well. That's not the same size. I want the smaller ones. I don't know where I got this mix from. I think this is a mix that I got, oh, right there, from Buttons Galore and More last year. So if it's still available, I will link it for you, but I'm not sure if it's still available. All right. Let's go ahead and get that back in there. And it would be really nice if my one tool was handy dandy, which it is, I'm sure. Let's see, this one will be fine. Any wax tool will do. And then we're just going to put 3 little dots down here. We're just going to kind of put 1, 2, 3. That looks pretty spaced out. What do you think? Might want to space them a little teeny weeny more. We'll see. That one's going to be too close to the edge. Don't worry, that'll dry clear. Okay. And just by adding just a few little things there, we have an adorable little card. What do you think about that one? I'm going to try to slant it so you kind of see where to go. Don't worry about that white. It'll dry. Don't be as heavy-handed as me sometimes. But how cute is that? Okay. So this one, we have so much going on. I think I'll just do the same thing. We have a, let me see this ghosty. Let's see what a ghosty, because we have these ghosts. Let's see what one of these are from. Temu, I'm sure Temu most likely. And let's add, if these are nail arts, add a little cute little ghost up there. And I think that's all I'm going to add up on there. It's just one little ghost, just to tie in the other ghost. What do you think about that? Okay. Don't want too much glue, Jean. And I'll pick that up. Make sure I have the right side. Yep, I didn't have the right side because you just kind of marbleized, pearlized. It's kind of pearlized on one side. You won't be able to see it, I don't think. So that's the side I want. That's the good side. Squish it down. Look at the glue up exactly in his mouth there. It's cute. Okay. See the little ghosty. Okay, let me tilt that one. And then that one opens like this, like a book. Isn't that cute? That one's cute. Okay, now let's see how we're doing under here. Hello Kitty, I'm sorry you have to move. See? This is one I got from Home Goods. Home Goods? Yep. On clearance. Okay, so you're not, I can see you're not totally dry yet, but I think you're dry enough where we can play. So what I need to do is I want to put something that's going to hold this down, right? So my plan for that is I am going to take the candy corn here. That's the smallest thing on here. I'm going to take this candy corn and we are going to, is that the smallest one? I think that's the smallest one. I think they're all the same size on there. And that one's even, that's even taller. I can take the candy corn or I can cut off. I didn't really want to cut the plastic off of this one because I want it more heavy. Let me see something. Let me grab, I seen a cat in here. Let me try something once. I don't think the plastic will fall off if I just cut him and leave, just cut this side off. Oh, because I want some stability for this part. But I don't think this is going to work as good. Nope, that's not going to work. Let's take that off. I think he's pretty sturdy, actually. But now I'm going to take the... He's actually just as big, isn't he? Let's go back to the candy corn. And we are going to take off... Let's start off with just up to the holographic. I may take the holographic off. Let's see how it fits. These are plastic pieces, after all. They're going to be sturdy enough for this little closure. All I'm doing is just making a little closure here. Just so that it kind of, you know, stays, this piece stays down. Now, he's not dry yet, so I don't want to play around with him too much. He's so cute. Okay, so get off my finger. So let me see. I think that'll be perfect. So what we're going to do is we're not going to put glue up here, okay? So we're only going to put glue because then he's going to go pop in and out. You'll be able to pop him in and out, and my ghosty is not dry yet. So we're just going to put this together, and then we'll have to let him dry some more. And then when you lift him, the boo, okay? So I'm not going to lift him again because we're going to close this down and we want to put some more weight on him. So let's put this down. And all we are going to do is we want just down just about that much. We don't want any of that other part because we want to be able to use that. We just want a little piece to poke through too. Okay, we're just going to set it there because we're going to put weights on that in just a second. All right. And I wish I had like a little saying, but I didn't want to take anything from Cricut or anything like that. You can put something else down here. This pumpkin's going to be too big. I'm trying to look at the stuff we have here. That's okay. We can put this, can stay down here like that for a minute. Okay. We can use some of these. Let's go with one more black one. I think we'll do 2 blacks and an orange maybe. This will give some more sparkle on it. Let's go black. Witchy poo is sticking to me. Let's go with the orange one to see. These really are shiny, nice and shiny. I used a little bit bigger, next size up. Okay, let's do that. Okay. This one's going to really, you'll see that because I'll be taking a picture of this. But I'm going to need some time to let this one dry because I should have did this one first. Because I knew this one would need the most drying time. But, you know, sometimes you just don't think, right? You just do, and you don't think. Okay. Let's leave that like that. And I do like that little ghosty. So, we got a gray one in here. Let's see what the gray one looks like. No, I don't think he's going to. I think he's too dark on the black. Yeah, let's do another white. Make sure I have I kind of like him. I'm going to put him up here. That's going to be enough. Get some time to dry, and then we'll take a picture. So this will tuck under after it's dry. Then everything's going to tuck under. But for now, we're just going to try to show you like this with the other 2 cards that we did finish. So let's move this out of the side. So those are a few ideas just by using, I'm going to hold that down for you, these window stickers from Dollar Tree. Now I know the plastic is really glare. I've used regular stickers in the past and stuff like that, but I really like how these turned out. We can use this to hold that down for a minute. We can use that to hold that down for a minute. So there is 3 different ones. We just got to get the glue. I'll wait till that dries thoroughly before I take a picture of it for you guys. But there you go. So let me know how you like those. What's your favorite one? I think I'm going to go with this one. Is my favorite. I love book style of the book fold cards. You know, I really like those. I don't make enough of those. Sometimes it's just because, you know, there's an extra step to do or something. I don't know. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this Halloween card video. And as always, we'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.